morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dharam Singh. I am back again with another set of 5 questions. And these questions are specific to the PGMP, and we're going to cover the governance chapter today. So if you have been preparing for PGMP, you know about PGMP. PGMP is a program manager professional exam. It's one of the most prestigious certificate for the program managers. And this is not the easiest exam you wanted to do, but once you get this certificate, you will be very excited, you will be thrilled, because there are around 3,500 global PGMPs. So you will be unique, you will be one of the top 3,500 or 4,000 PGMPs globally. So my name is Dharam Singh, and I have been training PGMPs, PFMPs, PMPs, and many of the certification preparation. And I'm helping people by my mentoring program, group mentoring program, personal mentoring program, various ways. People are benefiting from me and from my programs. So sometime back, it was decided that yes, my students are benefiting from my program, my question answering. It will be great if I can bring this session, these kind of questions to the public. And even if you are not my student, you can benefit from this. And the important thing is, what are you expecting from this exam? What kind of question you can expect? And if you see this kind of question, are you able to resolve them, get to the answer in the shortest possible time? So that is my interest here, to give you a direction, to take you through the path. One thing I'm not covering here is about the application, about the process of getting PGMP. I will give you a link. I have already shared that link on the chat. If you have not seen, you probably like to click that. This is all about how to get to PGMP and what are the various stages, what you have to do, and all that. So with no further delays, I'd like to thank all of you. You have been great. Some of you are coming back, which is a good thing to see that. That means you are benefiting from these questions, and like to see this is continue to add more and more values. So if you have not seen the previous discussions, you may like to go to my YouTube channel, where I already covered 20 questions as part of the 4 separate sessions. So you please go to the YouTube channel and benefit from those discussions. And as I mentioned, this is purely to talk about PGMP, to talk about some of the questions answers. All right. And if you do have a specific question, I'd love to talk about it. If I can answer in the time frame. If I cannot answer, I will come back to you in the time. Let you know when I can come back to you. So this program works really well when you all participate. If you just come here to see, just watch what's going on, it will not add more value to you. So, please participate. If someone can confirm that you can see my screen, you can see me, you can hear me, all right, that will be great. I don't know whether I'm audible or not audible. I'm assuming everything going all right. Please, somebody say yes. There's a question pad. Look at the question pad and say, yes, I can hear you, can't hear you, something like that. If I don't see anybody saying anything, I will assume that nobody can hear me anything. All right, maybe someone, John, Xavier, please say yes. All right, great. That's fantastic. Now I'm happy. All right, so the name I mentioned, they are my students, previous students. So good to see you back. All right. So as usual, a little bit about me, about the program, and the questions, how the questions will benefit you, and we'll go through the question answers, and if I will give you opportunity if I can help you anywhere, anytime, and I will share a link where you will be able to book some time with me, and obligation free, of course. And once you're ready, you may like to get started with the program. If you are new and you wanted to join my future programs, I will let you know the discounts I have been offering and I will offer as part of the participant of this program. Okay. So now this is the video I was talking about how to pass PGMP in your first attempt. So the link is also available on the chat. If you already have opened the chat, you can see that. And here I've 1.5 hour video in detail. I've gone through what is PGMP, are you eligible, and what to write, how to write, and a lot about PGMP. So please go back to this particular video. I'm sure you will find this very, very useful. Yes, you will find me in a different facial, my face and hair, lots of hair. I know some people love it, some people hate that. Anyway, so that's what it is. All right. So a little bit about myself, and as I know, some of you are all existing students. You know about me. Little bit, just to tell you, I was in Australia, lived there for 22 years, and during that 22 years of living there, I enjoyed life. Worked for so many companies there in telecom, banking, for HP, setting the data center, cloud data center for them, and government level, many different levels. So I have worked for many organizations as a project program and portfolio manager, and now I'm running my own company called vCare Project Management. It is going great for last 11 years. I started that, or rather 10 years. 2011 I started, and I'm happy the way it has progressed so far, and it will continue to grow, I'm very sure. And not only PGMP, PFMP, we do provide certification training such as in Scaled Agile, Discipline Agile, PMP, or other certificates. Some of my numbers which I feel proud of all the time as of August 31st, in recent one, 345 global PGMPs. These are coming from 47 countries. I thought 48 countries, but there's 48, 47. And this is around or more than 10%. Yes, I'm very happy with these numbers. Can I make it 20%? Why not, if I can? So whoever is coming, joining my program, we work together to ensure that you have everything you need to pass the exam. And if you want to know how I work with my student, love to talk to you. PFMP, I'm very happy to say, it's 71, but as of now, 73 PFMPs all passed with 100% result. All passed with above target result. Not only passed, but above target result. So I'm hoping, or I'm I'm working towards making my 100 out of 100 with above target. So if you or somebody else is working toward PFMP, yes, please join that program. I like to see my Hall of Fame with 100 PFMPs all passed with above target. Can't wait to celebrate. I think that will happen sometime mid of next year or maybe somewhere March, April. Can't wait for the big celebration. All right, yeah, you can see that. Something interesting, more interesting you like to know about myself. I am teaching yoga via my program called Yippee Yoga in Park for Extreme Energy. Yeah, currently it is going through my virtual program, Zoom, using Zoom. I'm calling that Yippee via Zoom. I know it's a funny name, but it is all about sharing whatever I learned as a yoga teacher and sharing how to be happy, excited, and successful, spiritual. If you want to join the program, let me know. It may or may not work for you because the time zone difference, but I do have recordings for that in case you are interested to learn some yoga from me. So put yourself on the chat or a question. Hey, Dharam, I'm interested in learning yoga with me. So yes, you can learn from how to be better program manager, portfolio manager, and also how to live your life happily and excitedly. All right. Enough about me and my programs. Let's talk about how this session is going to work for you. I will be sharing questions. So look at the question. Every question is going to be unique. So read the question, get the context around, and see what, figure out the options, read all the options. Never ever assume that, okay, I got the answer and option A is correct, without seeing option B, C, D, maybe better answer. So always look at all the 4 options and read them properly. Sometimes we see that option and make up our mind. And I will share some of the common mistakes which have been done by people in past, but by not reading properly. Try to eliminate as many as you can. That's the best approach. And the elimination will happen only when you know the topic, when you know the subject matter. If you don't understand the subject, you will have difficulty in elimination. So always have read the books, whatever books you have to read, the standard for program management, 4th edition, and the PMBOK 6th edition. I know people are thinking PMBOK 7th edition, but exam is still based on 6th edition. So 6th edition, even 5th edition can also do wonder for you. When you read the PMBOK, don't read the agile. Don't worry about agile. That's not expected in your exam. Make your decision. Try to verify the decision, and make sure you look at the time. Don't overgo. Don't spend too much time. If you think that it start taking more time than you thought, maybe it's best to answer because there's no negative marking. So answer it and move on to the next question. Before you move on to the next question, make sure you have marked it for review, and also write on the paper, so that when you have, if you have some time left, you can actually come back to those the question you have not attempted properly. So one of the aim is to complete your exam in the 4 hour, or seeing all 170 questions and answering all of the questions. And of course, you go with the time. You have to have a time management. So if you do everything as expected, you will do wonders. Right, making the right choice, of course. Once you decided this is my right answer, then stick to that. All right, so we're going to have experience now. So I have 5 questions for you, and these questions are coming from governance chapter. All right, so if you have read the governance chapter from the standard, you will find most of the questions going to be easier for you. Some questions going to trick you. That's what the aim is. I want to feel that pressure, exam pressure, time pressure, and you might get wrong. That's okay. Getting wrong is not a problem. The important thing is you participate in the discussion. If you don't participate, you know what, you will not learn too much. And if you don't participate, I will not get excited. You more participation help me to continue to talk and work for you. So let's get started. So some question going to be lengthy, some question going to be smaller. Let's see which one is coming first. So one of the project in your program is nearing completion. A key stakeholder has suggested some major change in the project. What would be the likely response? So the responses can be approve change because program has wider scope to accommodate changes, document and analyze change, document change and inform governance board, say no to the change because project is nearing completion. So your time starts now. So read the question, look at all the options, and come with your answer. And please answer whatever works, whatever. Correct or wrong doesn't matter. Which had some thinking music for you. So please start answering the question. And you have a question pad where you can answer. Let me know if you can't answer. Okay, I can see some answer coming. So that means you know a way to answer. All right, keep a few more seconds. Keep answering. As I said, you get wrong doesn't matter here. Nobody is going to judge you. What matters is your participation. And I can see a couple of people are not participated. So please answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, great. So I can see all of you or most of you have answered the question, and most of you got it right as well. So let me read the question one more time. One of the projects in your program is nearing completion. All right. A key stakeholder has suggested some change in the project. What is going to be a response? So you cannot approve change because it has wider scope to accommodate. We have to have analysis. We cannot just approve. We'll come back to B. C is saying document change and inform governance board. See, in documentation is important, which is also a part of B, but more important is analysis. Document and analyze change. If you just inform the governance board, what are you informing? They need to know your analysis. They need to know your recommendations. So answer for this is B. Why D is not right? Say no to change because it's near completion. So you cannot say no. You can always say let me analyze, or do you want to discuss, analyze it before you say yes or no. So that's where have a change request raised and document it, analyze it. Okay, so answer for this is B. If you got B, great. Not got B, that's okay. Generally, say do nothing, saying no are not the right approach. Always show the proactiveness. Okay, I can see a couple of C's and D's as well. Okay, we have gone through this analysis, so let's not worry about it. Okay. Okay, ready for next two? Number 2? Okay, good. Question number 2. So you are managing IT development program. There are 10 project managers who are reporting to you. One of the project of your program has completed development efforts and has reached the testing stage. The project manager decided to add one level of testing stage without compromising project schedule and the cost. What is your response? Advise project manager to raise a change request in the program level. Strictly inform the project manager to follow the schedule manager plan, and escalate to governance board and analyze the consequence of adding the testing stage. And the D, do nothing. Project manager can decide on this action with the level of authority they have. All right, your time starts now. All right, keep answering. Yeah, good to see my student coming back to this discussion. Yeah, perfect. By the way, my students, whoever joining here, I am waiting to celebrate your success. Please complete your journey as soon as possible so we can celebrate. Can't wait. All right, few more seconds to go. Please answer. I'd like to see response from all of you. Even if you get wrong, doesn't matter. Only person will know you and me, and I don't care at the moment. Right? Couple more seconds. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let me analyze the question for you. So now let me read it again. You are managing IT program. There are 10 project managers who are reporting to you. So one of the project managers has decided to add extra testing, and it is not impacting the cost and schedule. So many people think this obviously, hey, it's up to the project manager. They can decide what to do. They want to be more proactive by having something else, and without adding impacting the cost to schedule. Why should I worry about? Actually, it's not right. As the program manager, you have full control, and you need to make sure the project managers or program manager, whoever in the part of the program, they should follow the approved project manager plan, or the strategies approved by the program manager or the steering committee. So anytime you're deviating from the approved plan, approved path, you should have a change request. Because one is, maybe in future somebody can ask you, hey, why did you add this extra testing? What was the requirement? Oh no, and I thought I want to make my product much better, and I had money, and I had people sitting there doing nothing, so I asked them to do testing. I mean, it can be a good idea, but why don't you raise the change request? And yes, people think, why should I raise the change request at the program level? If it is impacting only project, yes, it should be project. But this kind of decision is not only the project level. You need to advise the program manager about the change. And you need to have some kind of agreement with the program manager why this is a good idea or not. Yes, you can argue, hey, I'm not asking for money or schedule, I'm not impacting schedule, but that money you are going to use for this purpose, or those people sitting doing nothing, can be utilized for something else. So he's not only looking from the project point of view, you're looking holistically. Make sense? And even in future, somebody asks, if the audit happened or something else happened, somebody asks you, why did this happen? What was, what justification? You cannot just say, I thought LIA is a good idea. No, whether this was raised a change request, do you have approval from, whoever the change control board? Then you can move, because they will look for justification. Okay, it makes sense. Let me know. The answer for this is A, advise project manager to raise change request in the project program level. As the word strictly is not a good answer for the PMI questions. Just be careful. Escalation to the governance board, it's like a childish thing. You as a programmer, you escalating to the governance board. This should be resolved at your level and by having proper change control process. And as I said, do nothing generally not the right approach, right answer for in PMI exam. Okay, so love to know if you're getting any benefit. I know it's a very, something people get stumped in this question. I see all kind of answers on this question. But yeah, I hope this makes sense to you. If you're disagreeing, also like to know, so I can tell, we can have a discussion. They are changing score. Yeah, I can see that. All right. So is the correct answer B, C, D? Yeah, as we have discussed. All right. So this is a lengthy question, so you have to be careful. Read it. I will read it for you. And very interesting question. You should not be surprised if you see similar question in your exam. All right. So your program office is preparing program metrics to measure the variance analysis for cost, scope, and schedule. At the program level, program governance board is very specific about these metrics because most of the governance decisions are dependent on program performance and program variances reported by the program office. Very important. The program office is finding difficult to understand certain and uncertain portion of the program. Unless that is clear, it will be very difficult, or it will be difficult for them to prepare the metrics. So as the program manager, what is your suggestion? Option A, advise program office to conduct Monte Carlo analysis, advise program office to conduct BERT analysis, advise program office to discuss with all the project managers and try to understand in terms of certain and uncertainty. And D is saying advise program office to discuss uncertainty portion with the customer and understand their input and consider their data for variance analysis metrics. This is a lengthy question. I know a lot of words. You may take time, but I want you to see how many people are going to get it right. I'd like to see your participation. All right. Yes, I'm putting 1 minute, but if you request, I can add some more time for you. So I would like to see answers from my students. They should get it right. So we have discussed this question in the class. And this should be coming almost immediately for you. All right. I'd like to see everybody participating in this question. Few more seconds. I can allow a few more seconds for you. Keep going. Keep going. All right. So this is a tricky question. Even in my class, people get, it's not a straightforward question. And I can see even my students who have attended my class, they are still struggling. Anyway, I don't want to name here, but I am talking to you. So the question talking about variance analysis with respect to scope, cost, schedule. So we're talking, data collected from the project managers and the comparison between what is expected, what is, what we have done so far. But there's a problem. The program office is finding difficult to understand the certain and uncertain portion of the program. There are some numbers are very confirmed, clear, but some is not clear. So what can they do as a program office? If we read, let's read C and D first. Advise program office to discuss with all the project managers. So asking the program office to talk to all the project managers. Imagine you are running a very large program with the 20-30 projects. It's kind of it's very challenging for them. Even after discussion, what's the guarantee that they will not end up having certainty and uncertainty, still in the same position, maybe better position? So I don't see C is the right answer. D is saying advise program office to discuss uncertainty portion with the customer. Look here, there's nothing to discuss with the customer at this stage. Customer will not be very happy about the uncertainty side. So don't involve them at this stage. So left with A and B. So whenever you see options having tools and techniques mentioned there, most likely that one of them is going to be right. Think about it. PMI is not testing how you do your job and your day-to-day life. PMI testing how you apply the knowledge you have gained from standard, PMBOK, the tools and techniques in your day-to-day life. So if you see a mention of tools or technique, a particular documentation, following the process, most likely that's the right answer. So answer is one of the B, A or B. So for that, you need to know what is Monte Carlo. I will invite you to go back and do some research on Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is nothing but simulation technique. You're running the program 1,000 times, 10,000 times using a software, using some, and putting some parameters. And that will give you a bell curve. If you're not seen what I'm talking about, please do your own research on this. This is a very interesting topic. So this is to understand the certainty, how much certainty we have to deliver the program on time or within the budget or with standard deviation. So this will not be very useful to us. But what is PERT analysis? If you remember, PERT is talking about, a formula which is P plus O plus 4 times of most likely. Pessimistic number, optimistic number, plus 4 times of most likely. So we're giving extra weightage to the most likely number and divided by 6. So this is nothing but coming up with the mean or the averaging the number. So what we are doing using the PERT analysis, we are averaging the number. Yes, it may not be 100%, but it is getting us the result in the fastest way and more, as close as possible. So answer for this is B, PERT analysis. If you have not seen PERT or you're not aware, maybe go back to PMBOK 6th edition, look at PERT, look at Monte Carlo, look at all the tools, techniques mentioned there. You're likely to see a question in exam with 10 to 15 questions coming directly or indirectly from PMBOK. So PERT analysis in this case, B is the correct answer. I hope it is making sense. If I wish you sitting in my class and you can ask, justify, verify. But yes, unfortunately, this is what we have at the moment. The answer, go to webinar is not allowing me to hear from you. So yeah, A is not right answer. B is the correct answer. C and D are not closer. All right. Okay. Today I really have good questions, and so I decided to have 5 questions, 5 set of the webinar. So today is the last session. I know sadly it's the last session, but let's see if I'm getting good response, from the people who are attending. I will, consider adding more sessions. So question number 4, you are a program manager for the program ABC and you have received an email from CEO of the company where he has forwarded you the email sent by one of the project managers within your program mentioning that something is really wrong happening in his project. So what is your reaction? Speak to CEO and reply with a possible fix for that solution. Speak to the concerned project manager about the issue and get it fixed. C is talking about discuss about the escalation path with the project manager and ensure proper communication protocols is followed within the program level. And nothing to react. Let project manager work with CEO to resolve the issue because it is he is the one who highlighted it. So answer, your time starts now. Yeah, please continue. I don't think you should get it wrong. Everyone should get right. All right, keep going, keep going. We still have time. Yeah. So far, so good. So far, everybody getting right. I made the question too easy for you guys. Or maybe I have already given you a hint in the previous question. Yeah, couple more seconds. Please answer. Okay. So thanks for the participation. I know a number of you have not answered the question, this particular one, but feel free when I'm even speaking, you can answer the question. So as I said, more participation will make you more curious and you will be more actively listening to the response and the discussion. So in this situation, one of the project manager has sent an email directly to CEO and about some problem happening in his project. So ideally, this project manager should have discussed with you first as a program manager, and then if required, you go to the next level, steering committee, and to the next level. So we have established escalation paths for a reason. If everybody starts escalating to the CEO, think about the life of CEO. The purpose of CEO is to come up with strategic objective decisions, vision, all kind of things. They should not be, or they are not involved in the day-to-day activities. So we have an escalation path, and escalation path established as part of the governance plan. So that has to be established again. So I can see that whoever answered, all of you got right. Fantastic. And who have not participated, I don't know if you got right or wrong, but I see that's wrong because non-participation gives you 0 marks anyway. So never ever leave any question unattempted. Even if you are blind, you have no idea, just answer something. Okay. So that should be a practice. I will try that in the next question. If you even have no idea, you're still going to answer it. So answer for this is C, discuss about the escalation path with the project manager, ensure the proper communication protocols is followed within the program. So yes, that has to be established, and you can go back and fix the problem, which has to be, that's important, but first is escalation path. All right. Okay, so the last question, please, all of you have to participate. And I have a good news for you. I will be sharing a discount code, or I will let you know about some discount codes. A construction program which was scheduled for 10 years didn't progress well because 90% of work got completed in 8 years as planned. The last 10% of the work took almost additional 5 years to complete. At what point of time the program can be requested for closure? When program manager decide the program is a failure, when program budget is completed, when key stakeholder asked to close the program since it was a failure, when the sponsor organization send closure request. All right, so last question, please participate. I'd like to see your answer, everybody answering the question. Keep going, keep going. This is not as difficult as you're thinking. You just have to put A, B, C, D, one other option. Few more seconds to go. So far, I have only one response. Okay, more coming. All of you have to participate. I will wait everyone to answer this question. I don't care about the time here. Yeah, please. And most of you got getting right. That's a good thing. Okay, so if you have decided not to participate, that's fine. But I can see most of you have participated. Great stuff. Okay, so the problem with here is, it took 8 years to complete. It done 90% work, but last remaining 10% will take 5 years. Or the question simply asking when the program can be closed. Look, program manager cannot decide where, even if it's a failure, you can only put a recommendation to the steering committee. You cannot decide there because failure, I'm going to close it. No, because program budget is completed. Not really. It's nothing to do budget. Yes, if your budget is exhausted, you go and talk to the steering committee. They may able to add more budget, but budget has nothing to do with completion. When key stakeholder, there are so many key stakeholders, ask you to close the program since it was failure. So no, it's not, any key stakeholder can come and say, hey, want to close it because of failure. When the sponsor organization sent a closure request, sponsor organization or sponsor, or maybe collectively from the governance board or steering committee, they send the request to close. That's where the closure can happen. So answer for this is D. So I think most of you got it right. And now who didn't answer and who got it wrong, at least you should have the reasoning why you got it wrong and why you should be picking D as a right answer. So I'd like to see your feedback, if it is adding any value or not. This was the last question for us. And, if I have added any value, and, if this was the last time we are meeting in this kind of session, please continue to connect with me or listen to me, or webinars are happening almost every week or every fortnight. So next week I have a webinar coming up. It's a very interesting topic about program management in healthcare. So please join. And great, I can see good comments. Thank you for your feedback. I like to see this. This helps me to, just like you get what you have, the motivation or encouragement. I like to have that. So I know I'm getting every day I'm getting some kind of successes from my students, whether PgMP, PFMP. Your success actually makes you more happier. You are happier, I become more happier. So I like to celebrate each and every successes. So whenever you are, if you are my student, you're going to, of course, come and talk to me. If you pass the exam and even you have not taken my mentorship, that's okay. Please mention it somewhere. Let me know. So yeah, so if you want to talk to me, you can book a free time with me, 15-minute time. I said free. It's not free actually. In terms of my time will be available for you. No charges for that. We will talk anything about your PgMP and any question around PgMP, PFMP. So this is the link you can use. You can note down. I'll leave it for some time. But as a participant of this program, I'm going to offer you $100 discount. So if you have participated in this session and you are watching, listening, send me a message, Dharam, I was a student of your, listening your, and I like to join your upcoming program. It's going to be applicable only the group mentor program or personal mentor program. And other benefits you already know, as a woman professional, as a ex-army or current army or ex-serviceman, or if you have any physical or any kind of disability, please contact me. I do offer up to 20% discount. So these discounts are applicable when you are paying for in pocket. If your company is paying, please don't ask, because this is, I'm trying to give a favor. If your company is paying, they can afford to accept my fees. But if you are doing by yourself and it is a pressure for you, yeah, please contact me. I will offer you 20% discount. Okay. So thank you for your participation. I know it is, it takes time, courage to participate as well, because you have to answer and you don't want to look bad as well. So this is one kind of forum where one way you're listening, but if you're in my class, we have discussion on this question. You will come with your analysis, and I will be providing my justification. Then we have common ground. Perfect. All right, guys. So this is it for today. And as expected, I like to see your feedback here, maybe on LinkedIn or wherever you see this message. Please write something. As I said, this all encourages me to come back to you with more creative ways. So thank you for your participation, and see you soon. Actually, next Friday, next Thursday, when I have a webinar with Iftikhar about healthcare, program management in healthcare. So if you're not registered to that, please register. You will learn a lot from that discussion. Okay, guys. So see you next week if you are joining the program. Great stuff. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks, Joby. I can see that comment. Thank you.